Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Birushana. This is our episode 2. It did say chapter 1, so I guess we don't technically have an introduction. But for all intents and purposes, yeah, this is an introduction. Because we haven't met all the characters yet. So let's jump back in. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. The Shirobyoshi dance beautifully in the warm night air, their gaze dances and affection fixed on the two noble brothers. Oh, no wonder. Tomomori Taira and Shigehira Taira, both sons of Kiyomori and future heirs to the Heike family. Shigehira smiled graciously as one of the girls poured sake into his cup. He turned to his brother, who wore a solemn expression. "What's wrong, brother? Are you not entertained? All you do is stare into your cup and drink." "Apologies, brother. I had no intention of being such poor company, though, now that you mention it, perhaps I have been quiet." "How you can be glum in a place like this, I'll never understand." "There you are, Lord Tomomori." "Having been poured by such beautiful hands, I can't help but bring the cup to my mouth." The young woman blushed at Tomomori's words. Then Shigehara wrapped his arms around her waist and pulled her towards him. "What, you prefer my brother, would you? I'm not good enough?" "Come now, Shigehira, let's not be violent. A flower unpicked is a flower wasted, wouldn't you say, brother? Though I don't think you've ever had to pick a flower, have you? Petals just always seem to end up neatly in your lap. And in the end, you still don't pluck that flower. You just leave it there and never look back." Okay, I was with you in the beginning, but then I kind of lost the analogy midway through. "You are in quite a good mood today, aren't you, Shigehara?" Tomomori let out a small laugh. His smile was so beautiful, it made all the girls around them blush. Then he spoke quietly. "Searching for the perfect flower to pick is far more rewarding than picking everything that sways gently in the breeze." "What was that?" "No, nothing. Just thinking aloud." "Sorry I'm late." Terrible timing as always, Noritsune. Look, you're scaring all the girls away. Ugh, beautiful flowers, come back!" "The moon looks nice tonight." "Then why don't you go back out there and look at it some more?" "Tomomori, you're not one for the Shirobyoshi either, right?" "Oh, I don't know. I do find them a lovely distraction sometimes." "Huh? Well, if the two of you want to bring 'em back, bring 'em back." "It's not like you to come out drinking with us, Noritsune. What's gotten into you?" "Yes, I was wondering if you'd gone into town. They say another Heisuke samurai was hunted down by Benkei again this evening. Utterly shameful. That monk is making an absolute mockery of us." "He'll be gone in a month, trust me." "By his hand or mine." It's awfully confident, though. Oh, the monk must be the guy with the scar on his face that I saw in the opening. I don't think either of us is killing him. "Oh, is that so?" "Yeah, it is so. You know, you're a good warrior, Tomomori, but you're far too uninterested in the affairs of the Heisuke." "Well, if you want to talk, I won't stop you." "Huh. Anyway, the plan is to capture Benkei by the next full moon. I've got a bet with the youngest child of Genji, Shano." "Shano?" "Now that you mention it, you weren't at the estate last night, were you? Could it be that you went to Kurama by yourself? Or perhaps you went with those men we sent to Kurama." "I didn't go with them, but I did follow them." "Useless lot they were." "Careful, Noritsune. Step too far out of line, and your father Norimori will get upset with you." "Yeah, but I bet your dad Kiyomori will have my back." Tomomori and Shigehara's father, Kiyomori Taira, was a Heike warrior known for his boldness. In contrast, Kiyomori's younger brother and Noritsune's father, Norimori, was renowned as a cautious and calm warlord. "Too bad I wasn't born to Kiyomori." "Noritsune." "I'm just kidding. Of course I respect my father, but still, nobody is as feared on the battlefield as Kiyomori." Unrivaled strength. That's what they call it. Strength isn't all there is to it. Anyway, as you were saying. Huh? Oh, right. Anyway, so yesterday, Shano took out the guys we sent to Kurama like it was nothing. Did you take a whack at him too? Surely nobody's a match for you. I wanted to, but he had some scrawny little kid with him. Actually, to be fair, that kid had some pretty good moves too. Almost cut me in half. That's a pretty big contrast between two statements there. And let me guess, you used that kid's attack to force Chanel to play your little game. That's right. A clever little trick, Noritsune. I guess you do have a brain up there after all. My, how you've grown. Ha! Grown? Brother, remember when he used to follow you around calling you Big Brother? Aniki! Shut up, Shigehira. I focused all my life on one thing, being the best warrior in the world. Rumor has it Shano is the same age as me, and given the fact that he too was born in a samurai family, well, I can't let him be. Classic Noritsune, caring about some competition that nobody else in the world cares about. An imaginary competition that he made up himself for no reason at all. While Shigehara replied in disgust, Tomomori poured the last of the sake into his cup. He slowly brought it to his lips. Shano. The way he said it, it was impossible to tell if he was filled with intense interest or dismissive indifference. I think the first. Elsewhere in the capital, a long white blade reflected in the glimmering moonlight, piercing through the misty haze of the warm Kyoto night. The sword was held by a monstrous shadow. The sword had once belonged to a Heike samurai, but no more. 1,000 blades. Just a few more to go. The giant's gentle murmur drifted its way through the sultry night air. That's our guy. That's who we're looking for. Oh, now chapter 2. Guess I should have kept reading before. Kurama Temple, Tokubo. It had been a few days since my kaiko with Noritsune, and his deadline was getting closer and closer by the day. What? I haven't done anything yet? And kaiko is a chance meeting, a random encounter. For those of us on Mount Kurama, Kyoto was not a place we could simply visit lightly, which is why I was waiting for the right time in my residence at Tokubo. Yana, are you in there? Sorry, I know you're practicing Shakyo today, which is transcribing the scriptures of Buddhism, alternately refers to copied scripture. It's all right. I wasn't able to concentrate anyway. Were you able to find out anything about this Benkei guy? Yeah, first of all, it seems like he exclusively preys on Heike soldiers, which explains why they're all trying to avoid him. Wait, why? I don't get it. If he's attacking the Heike, wouldn't that give them more reason to fight him? If he finds you, he beats you and takes your sword. The Heike don't want their swords taken, so they're just trying to avoid him. But none of them think they can beat him at all? What if they go out in a group? Wouldn't that be better? Like, go hunt him down. How pathetic. And these men call themselves samurai? And here I am taking on the challenge to go get them all by myself. There are exceptions in the Heike army, of course. Noritsune and his men are trying to find Benkei. I see. Well then, if we want to beat Noritsune, we better make our move sooner rather than later, huh? Wait, someone's coming. Lord Kakunichi and someone else? Would I have better hearing than him? Well, those are some ears you've got. I can't hear a thing. I have super hearing, apparently. Is that you two? Are you in the back? Yes, Lord Kakunichi. In the doorway stood Lord Kakunichi, our guardian here at Kurama Temple. Behind him stood a man I'd never seen before. Looks like a farmer. Hello, you two. I'd like to introduce you both to Kichiji. Pleased to meet you both. My name's Kikiji Nobutaka. I'm a gold merchant by trade. Gold? Yes. Every year I take the gold mine from up in Oshu and sell it down here in the capital.
Oshu? Ashada glanced at Shungen, and our eyes met. Oshu was a place long associated with the Genji clan. Long ago, my great-grandfather Yoshie Hachimanatoro was Mutsukokushi of that land.
You may not know this, Lord Shanao, but the reason we're able to trade gold like this is thanks to the government in Oshu. A government that was built in no small part thanks to your great-grandfather, Lord Hachimanataro.
Oh, really? Well, I think you're being too kind.
Not at all. Lord Fujiwara, who rules Oshu, has not forgotten it to this day. That's why it is such an honor for me to meet you, Lord Shanao, heir to the Genji name.
Well, you know the Genji name is not highly prized in Kyoto now, right? So why are you visiting us here now? Shungen! Don't be rude to our guest. Does Shungen think that this Kichiji guy is trying to take advantage of us and the Genji name?
Shungen, I understand your concern, but this is my guest. Be at ease.
Lord Kakunichi nodded, and slowly Shungen's shoulders relaxed.
Well, he's vetting him.
I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Can never be too careful these days.
Can never be too careful any days.
Kichiji will be staying here with us at the Kurama Temple for a few days. During that time, I'll be returning to the main temple.
What, you can't both stay here at the same time? You will?
Yes, which means we'll have a lot to discuss. But first I wanted to introduce the two of you. I assure you the meeting with Kichiji will be beneficial to you both.
Both of us?
And the Genji too.
For the sake of Genji, why does Lord Kakunichi always insist I uphold the Genji name? I'm sure he has some reason, which we will find out eventually. Let's see. What do you mean by that? Please expound, if you will. They probably won't. Ah, that gained me points with everybody except one person. Just what does he mean by that? Information that could be useful to the Genji? What could it be? Could it be about this man, Kichiji? Or perhaps about something important to Oshu? In any case, it won't be enough to just passively listen to him. I have to get to the root of what Lord Kakunichi really means. I opened my mouth meekly, feeling Shungen's gaze, peering. And the rest of it was cut off. It seemed like there might have been more to that sentence. Once again, I am the youngest son of the Genji, Shanao. Kichiji, it is a pleasure to meet you. And this is Shungen. He is the son of Shigenari, who served my father. He, too, was raised here at the Kurama Temple. Shigenari, Shungen's father, the eldest son of Shigezane, served as a loyal vassal to Yoshitomo, was defeated in the Heiji Rebellion.
Oh, I see. So you're the son of Lord Shigenari. Indeed, Shungen takes great pride in the fact that his father sacrificed himself to protect Lord Yoshitomo in the last war. Shanao, too, has learned a great deal about the relationship their fathers had. Both Shanao and Shungen, despite losing their fathers at such a young age, have kept them as their role models.
It is our intention to honor the memories of our fathers, and to honor the name of Genji. To honor the name of Genji meant to restore them to power, something everyone in the room understood, but no one dared speak.
Is it just us two, really? Indeed, I too want to honor the name of Genji. If there's anything I can do to assist in that goal, I trust you'll tell me.
Anything? Exactly what kind of things can you assist with? In that case, I'd like to hear about some of the rumors in Kyoto. Considering how much business he does in the capital, perhaps Kichiji knows the rumors about me in the capital.
Shano, is that really something you should be concerning yourself with?
Well, it would be nice to see what people are saying about me, I guess, but
I don't know.
Lord Kakunichi called out to me with a piercing gaze. I've heard that the people of Kyoto are also frightened. When I think of the people's heartache, I grow concerned.
I would expect nothing less of one who comes from the Genji clan. It's clear you are pure of heart and soul. One rumor the people speak of is the crazed monk who night after night steals the swords of the men of Kyoto. They say he's a giant of a man who's cruel and fierce, and that not a soul who confronted him is left with their sword in hand.
Yeah, I've already heard about this guy.
Though it's said he only attacks the most brutish of Heike men, and as such his actions are met with the cheers of the people.
Well, I guess I'll have to be the one provoking him then, because I probably don't really look all that brutish. Shungen too said that Benkei's attacks were focused on Heike soldiers. I guess that bit was true. But why take their swords? Just what is that monk after? It sounds like he has a vendetta against the Heike.
Strange, isn't it? Though apparently he leaves many of them he attacks unharmed. He appears before them and says, "My name is Benkei Musashibo. I want only your sword, but will take your life if I must."
So this Benkei Musashibo, he gives these men a choice?
Apparently so. It's also said that he was a monk from Mount Hiei, though his actions caused him to be expelled. A monk of Mount Hiei? How terrible that one who intended to follow the Buddhist path would end up a common thief.
I'd hardly call him a common thief, especially if he's only taking swords and nothing else.
So, to sum up everything, he's a former monk of Mount Hiei, a large man of tremendous strength, and he strikes primarily at night. If he was just stealing Heike swords, it wouldn't be a problem, but we have no idea what he intends to do with all of them.
Benkei Musashibo, just what are you planning to do with all those swords?
Maybe he's planning on making his own Game of Thrones throne, welding a bunch of swords together.
Someone has to stand up to him. Even if it weren't for this bet with Noritsune, I would still want to try and stop him.
It's admirable that you're worried about the plight of the people in Kyoto.
Not really. I'm sure anyone would be interested in the well-being of the people of the capital.
You'd think that would be the case, but, well, anyway, I'm glad to have been able to speak to you like this. As a matter of fact, I come here today with a proposal for you.
Proposal? Isn't that a bit forward?
Lord Shano, I would like to invite you to come and visit Hiraizume in Oshu.
Hiraizume?
Yes, a vast and beautiful land, long associated with your family, the Genji.
That? What, my family used to be really huge and widespread? Shungen, let's at least hear him out. Kichiji is a longtime friend of Lord Kakunichi. Surely he has our best interest at heart.
But...
No buts, young man. Just listen to me. I'm the young master here.
I understand your wariness, but I assure you, I'm only concerned for Lord Shano's safety. Hiraizume may seem like a barbaric land in the north of Kyoto, but I assure you, it is actually quite different. It's a grand and magnificent city, as beautiful as Kyoto even. And as I said before, it's a land long loyal to the Genji. As a last child of Genji, I'm sure they would welcome you with open arms.
You think it would be good for me to go there?
Indeed. Kyoto is lost to the Heike, and why not go somewhere else? A land that would be more welcoming to you. Besides, there's a growing appetite in the countryside to rise up and overthrow the Heike.
That does sound like it would be a place friendly for me.
Surely the Heike are aware of this. To have the youngest child of Genji so near them to the base of Kyoto is dangerous to them. There's no telling what they would do to get rid of a threat like that.
How do I know any of that's true? Let's see. Do I not fear the Heike? Do I want war with them? Do I just not want... But the Heike aren't afraid of me.
Apparently they are afraid of me. They keep coming up here.
I don't want a war with them, though.
Approval from 3 people.
But I don't want a war with the Heike. Unthinking, I blurted the words out, and the 3 men in the room merely gazed at me. Still, it was my true and honest feeling. If we stand out against the powerful Heike, many will be hurt, and the damage will be great. Fighting will cause only grief. I just want to stay here in Kurama. I want to live a quiet, peaceful life here. Well, that ain't gonna happen. Everybody knows you're here and they keep coming, so it's kind of a lost cause, girl. I have no desire to see people perish on my behalf. It's not on your behalf, it's the behalf of the Genji.
That's so like you, Shano. You've always been so kind-hearted.
That's me.
Well said indeed. It's true what they say about you. You really are cut above the rest of them. But remember, Shano, it is of great people that fate expects great things. Do not forget that.
Okay. Determination. It's something Lord Kakunichi has been trying to instill in me since I was a child.
What? I was never determined?
Determination to rise up to defeat the Heike, but in doing so, the world will be put in turmoil and many will suffer.
Yeah, that usually happens no matter what you do. That's just life.
No such misfortune would happen if I were to just stay here and keep quiet. But then again, for evil to triumph, all it takes is for good men to do nothing.
You must know this place, Kurama Temple, can hold you no longer.
Are you kicking me out? Lord Kakunichi.
When I first met you, I thought that if I gave you skills to survive, that would be enough. Then...
Oh, so he's the one who in the beginning saved me, I guess.
Then I thought that I could watch over you and Shungen as you lived your lives here in secret on Mount Kurama. But I soon realized that too was impossible. Every person on this earth has their own destiny, one that is chosen for them by heaven.
Destiny.
You have within you the blood of Yoshimoto Minamoto, the leader of the Genji, and you have the skills to live up to his name.
Yes, but I'm a woman. I swallowed the words that were threatening to leap out of my mouth, but Lord Kakunichi knew exactly what I meant.
Never forget, Shano, no matter what you think your limitations are, you have the blood of Lord Yoshimoto in your veins. Lady Tokiwa believed in you too, to live as a son of the Genji clan. That is why she brought you here after all.
What has she been doing all this time exactly?
And it is for that reason that she did what she did, to keep you safe.
In exchange for my life, my mother, Lady Tokiwa Gozen, became Kiyomori's concubine. To protect me, and to protect the future of the Genji. I sometimes wonder if I truly am on the path my mother wanted me to follow. Having never seen her, I can't know for sure.
Yes, but if you meet with her, the Heike might think the two of you are plotting something. It would put you both in danger. Lord Kakunichi, thanks for giving me the opportunity to speak with these two today. I have some other things to discuss here with you. Perhaps we should move elsewhere. Ah, yes, but first let me show you to your shukubo. I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss tonight.
I'm guessing that's probably the room he's staying in for the night? Accommodations made for monks, parishioners, lecturers, and worshippers at Buddhist temples and shrines.
The two of you get a good night's rest tonight, all right?
Yes, my lord.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
I thought he was just a normal guest, but that conversation was pretty intense. I can't believe Lord Kakunichi did that to you.
I know, kicking me out and all. Trying to force me to resurrect the whole Genji thing. Yes, but I think it's what I needed to hear. A little kick in the pants to get me started.
Still, I think he could have been more delicate about it.
Thanks, Shungen. I don't know, maybe I needed a little tough love. I sighed deeply to regain my composure. But more importantly, if Lord Kakunichi is going to be busy tonight, this might be our best chance. Oh, to go deal with the monk? Shungen, we should head for Kyoto and hunt down Benkei tonight. Here we go. We've been, waiting all this time. Why hasn't, what's-his-name gone out there and done it already? What was to stop either of us from taking care of things the first night?
Yeah, you're right. It's almost been a month. Let's get ready to leave right away.
We waited almost the entire month. Capture that monk Benkei, and Noritsune will finally leave us alone. Well, if we were leaving here and going someplace else anyway, Wouldn't Naritsune not know where we were and he would stop bothering us? Oh well. We want to meet this monk anyway. He's going to be hot. We made it out of the temple before dark, but by the time we got down the mountain, the sun had already set.
Shauna, we're almost there. Put this on before we enter town.
Disguise? What the hell is this?
It's a katsugi. You can hide your face with it.
A Japanese veil used in ancient Japan to hide a woman's face. But I feel like the only time I've ever seen them is for weddings.
Make sure the heike don't see your face.
Aren't I dressed as a man in the first place anyway? Thanks. I just want to get this over with and get back to my quiet life. And nobody will force me to live up to some destiny they've got planned for me. I immediately felt guilty after saying those words.
What? Thinking back on what Lord Kakunichi said?
My mother wanted me raised as a man because she believed I could someday defeat the Heike. Seriously, she believed her little daughter could do that all by herself? Talk about pressure. But is that still true? Does she still feel that way? She's a bit delusional, if you ask me. After leaving me at Kurama, my mother became Kiyomori's concubine, and then later became the wife of Naganari Ichigo. After the death of her husband, she was forced to become the concubine of the enemy, then married to somebody else. Just tossed around. Such a terrible fate. Such was the lives of women back in those days. My poor mother, becoming a victim of the war, her body tossed around from lord to lord, also she could protect me. Actually, we're going to go ahead and stop there for now. I'm sure we'll be meeting Genpei in the next episode. I'll go off and get editing, and I'll see you again soon. For now, Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.